Now let me tell you why I know we can win, which is our text. Lazarus was dead. And the fact that Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead gives us proof positive that whatever your condition, Jesus can lift you up. That's the message. And Lazarus had been dead so long that rigor mortis had begun to set in. So it's never too late. It's never too late to start saving for retirement. It's never too late to start getting your credit right. It's never too late to start learning about investment. It's never too late to start an emergency savings fund. It's never, somebody say never. Never too late, because too late for Jesus is right on time. But here is what most of us miss, Brother Donnie, that after Jesus called Lazarus out, it says that he told the people to take the grave clothes off of Lazarus. So Shirley, the Dr. Proctor in me, our mentor, makes me ask this question: if Lazarus still had the grave clothes on, we know how he came back to life. Jesus did that. But what I want to know is, how did Lazarus get out of the grave with his grave clothes on? You do know that when he was buried, he was lying down. So now Lazarus is on his back. His feet are wrapped. His arms are crossed. And his head is covered. How did Lazarus get from this position? I mean, he was alive. We know how he got alive. But I want to know, how did he get out of the grave? He was lying, Keith, was he lying? He was lying on his back. He wasn't standing up. He was lying on his back, wrapped in grave clothes, with his head covered, and Jesus said, Lazarus, come out. He woke up. That was the power of God. But he got out. That was the power of Lazarus. He was dead. Jesus woke him up. When he came out of the grave, Lazarus got himself out. Jesus didn't send anybody in the grave to bring Lazarus out the grave. Lazarus got up and came out of the grave himself. You got 3 minutes to find out how he got out. First of all, if he was lying down in the grave, wrapped up, eyes covered, the first thing he had to do was wiggle. He couldn't walk because he was all tied up. So he had to wiggle. And wiggling is not cute. Wiggling is not fine. Wiggling is not possible unless you're willing to do whatever it takes to get from where you are to where you're going. Now let's assume he wiggled and got off the pedestal, and now somehow he's on his feet, but he's still wrapped up. His arms are wrapped. His feet are wrapped, because they didn't unwrap him, Billy, till he came out of the grave. So the only way he got from where he wiggled to outside the grave was he must have hopped, because he was wrapped up. And when you hop, you can only hop one step. One step at a time. Pay off one bill at a time. Save $1 at a time. Get rid of one credit card at a time. You got to hop to get from the grave to the outside. But here's the real question. It says that, Dallas, it says that his face was covered. And if his face was covered, and his body was wrapped up, how did he know where to hop? His eyes were covered. His body was wrapped. Donnie, he's hopping in the grave. Well, it they rolled away the stone, which means that although his face was covered, because the stone was gone, he could see through the wrapping, the light coming in the grave. My brothers and my sisters, the way we're going to get free, we've got to follow the light. Somewhere I read Jesus is the light. Not Obama, but Jesus. Not Dave Ramsey, but Jesus. Not Soaries or Hilliard, but Jesus. We've got to follow the light. And when we get out of the grave, we'll take off our death clothes and put on our freedom clothes. Take off our debt clothes and put on our wealth clothes. We'll buy up the neighborhood and build new housing and pay off all of our expenses and leave money for our children because we're following the light. Welcome to Deep Free.